legacy that's long. That's the legend of the Armstrongs. Questions get answered, oh, you didn't know? Let's start the show.
Welcome back to the show. It's Road Dogg and Cassio, and you're listening to an episode of...
Oh, you didn't know? This is the only shirt I have. Sorry. I'm just commenting on the shirt because you did a wardrobe change, Whoopi, and I didn't get the notice about the... No, I just
First of all...
I just forgot to bring another shirt. I apologize.
It's been 2 weeks since we've recorded.
It's been 2 weeks since I've had me and wearing a red shirt, and I'm sorry.
All right, we are, this is our year-ender, dog. How about that?
This is the year-ender.
No more shows after this in the rest of the year.
Oh,
okay.
Like I was about to say.
A few days. But.
Yeah.
We also are recording this live in front of a live studio audience.
So we got a really big shoe for you tonight. A really big shoe.
I'll be looking for the applause sign to come on.
Yeah, we will not have a big show for you tonight.
We are broadcasting live in front of the ad-free shows family. We appreciate everybody joining us over there.
Welcome aboard.
Ad-free shows. If you're
Hold
not
on tight.
If you're listening to this and you're not a part of ad-free shows, we encourage you to be a part of the family. And I say that for real. It's a family, man.
It is a family, and there is I think the term is a poop ton of really individual specific talent that has podcast, and so you get to hear all those different perspectives of all the members of the team and of the family. So yeah, super cool to be on board. Come on board. Welcome aboard.
Not only do you get to hear this podcast early and ad-free, you get all the regular podcasts. Bruce Pritchard, good old JR, Tony Schiavone, Jeff Jarrett, your buddy.
The Lex Express.
All of them early and ad-free, but you get those exclusives over at ad-free shows that are just only behind that paywall. And for just $9 a month, you can get in on that over at ad-free shows.
Under my breath. Did that come through? I don't know if you heard that.
We're going to edit it out and share it only for ad-free shows.
Oh, good.
And we have a whole bird
You see what he means about content? Specifically for you, individualized. Blue Meanie's going to fart in a jar for each of you.
Hey, Blue Meanie's got his own show on the ad-free shows where he's doing the venue, making the town. We've got exclusive interviews.
Very cool concept, by the way.
I just had one with the very famous Mr. Sam Roberts.
Oh.
So you can check that out. We have I do a show every other week.
Sam cut his hair.
I know.
Yeah, it broke my heart, kind of.
He had good lettuce, my friend. Good lettuce.
Yeah.
I talked to him about it.
I thought he was Stephen Wright a couple of times when I saw him.
Stephen Wright, one of the GOATs, by the way. An excellent stand-up comic. I want to get a tattoo of myself, full body size, only taller. Come on, man.
He was the best.
Stephen Wright's a comedic genius. Also, this is the Ask Dogg Anything, so we're going to get to your questions. We appreciate y'all hitting us with those.
God.
That means we have no idea where these are going.
That's the part. That's why I was crying.
Also,
faux crying.
We're going to get to in just a few minutes, as we now do on Ask Dogg Anything episodes.
Ask Dogg Anything. Yeah. 15 minutes of flame. Yeah.
We have
Fraggle Rock. Sorry.
We have our 15 minutes of flame segment.
Yep.
That we are going to do with any wrestler on the indies. We bring one in every time we do Ask Dogg Anything now. Give them 15 minutes. Who are they?
We had Vinny Pacifico, Sweet Vinny Pac on here.
Yeah.
He had 3 more followers than when he started after he got off of our show. 3.
That was big.
So, I mean, think about your career and what you want to do with it.
We had Mr. Will all day.
Yeah, we sure did.
But
we only had him for 15 minutes.
There was a lot of confusion.
So not as advertised. We did say all day.
Yeah, we gave him 15 minutes. If you didn't watch that one, if you just listened to it, I will encourage you to go back because, one of our friends that's a big time supporter of this show that listens and watches to all of them, is Mr. and Mrs. Blue Winnie.
Boy, that's taking your politics a little too far.
That's a different
what I-
character, Blue Weenie. But Blue Meanie.
That's his only fans. His only meanies.
He watches, and
He does.
dog, I don't know if you remember, because I brought it up during the show.
Yeah.
I think Mrs. All Day or whoever he was with, I don't know if it's a roommate or
Oh, there was a dog outside or cats fighting or something?
apparently the dog pooped and she had to clean it up in the background. I did not notice that first run, but I hope it's true.
I hope it's true.
Yeah, I hope it's true.
Oh, little meanie.
All right,
You
so
got so much gas, little meanie. I want you to juggle glasses of farts.
all right, so we're gonna get to Ask Dogg Anything questions that
Okay.
you submitted on AFS and on
If you
Twitter.
say so.
All of our social media at the You Didn't Know Pod.
Should I update my computer now? It's saying.
Yeah, right here in the middle of the show. Yeah. We'll just ask the questions,
It says to
and
do it, so.
it'll be a short segment since
There
you
goes
won't
nothing.
be able to answer any of the questions.
No, I'm gonna answer them all. I'm excited about it. We were talking about the blue weenie, so I mean, what else can go wrong?
Well, Darren Staley is watching from ad-free shows,
Oh yeah,
and
I
he
know
said
Darren.
he said he just smoked weed and ate a ton of mac and cheese. So let's see how the show goes.
Well,
Okay.
welcome aboard, Darren.
And then Greg
And hey,
Jacobs.
look, the choices in life are yours to make.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you're making them bad or good. I'm just saying you make them whatever, you do whatever the hell you want. You're a grown man.
I don't encourage drug use, but
I don't
smoking
encourage eating
smoking
all that
weed
mac and
eating mac and
cheese.
cheese sounds awesome.
And now let me ask. I want to go a little further with a follow up.
Okay.
Is this Cheeto mac and cheese? You know the little integration they did with
Oh,
Cheetos.
wow.
Is it because that will tell me how good your weed is?
Hey, also, did you see they announced they're going to make dairy-free vegan Kraft mac and cheese?
Yeah, no, I don't care about that. That's blasphemy.
It's
and
called-
that's of the devil.
Yeah, it's called Kraft Mac and Sadness is what it's called. I won't be eating that. You know what? I want to pay $1.50 and get a box of mac and cheese. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know it's not cheese.
Right.
By the way, when they said it's dairy-free, I'm like, I thought it was that anyway.
Yeah,
It's powder.
it looks like astronaut food.
It looks like.
Yeah.
It looks
So there's
like
dairy in there, is what you're
when
telling me.
my heel gets dry and cracked and I have to cut off that dead skin. The old
yeah.
making the Parmesan cheese. You ever had one of those? That's what it looks like, and it tastes delicious. How about that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm not doing any of the vegan. mac
Hey,
and
you're
cheese
white
or
trash like me. Did you ever
Yep.
go mac and cheese and cut up the hot dogs in it?
Well, I'm going to go one further that's going to make you mad. I put ketchup in that same concoction. Stir it all up, and it's really one of my favorite. It's Redneck Hamburger Helper.
How many days ago have you had that? A month?
You want me to be honest?
Within a month?
Yes. Within a month.
I needed you to say like you were 4 years old.
It was 4 days ago, if that
No.
helps.
That's awful.
No, it's not. It's not. It's good. I
We're
like
not
it.
toddlers. We don't
I
eat ketchup.
am.
We're not
Inside of
toddlers.
my head, I am 4.
Wait, did
And
you
there's-
fix it for your grandson, or was it just you?
It was just me.
Yeah.
Look,
Yeah,
I'm a good
it
eater.
Was. Yeah, it was. All right, let's get to some. First, I don't even know. We haven't talked about it. Dom, do you
Oh.
have a meme of the week? We usually start
Oh.
with meme of the week.
We did not talk about that. There's
Well, we
zero
just
chance
randomly
Dom has a meme of the week.
Oh,
Oh, the good, the bad, the Remember when he used to walk down the street? Every time he walked down the street, he'd go,
Hey, now that we look back on it, what a
Yeah.
weird character Popeye
Popeye
was.
was, right?
What a weird character. Did he not have the friend who, by the way, just ate burgers for free all the
Yeah,
time?
Wimpy.
Said he'd pay you next week.
I'd gladly pay you Tuesday for the
Hey,
hamburger today.
we've all had a wimpy in our life. And it was like, man,
I love Wimpy's. Wendy's. I'm not sure what we're talking about. But Wendy's got that new Baconator with a pretzel bun, dog.
by the way, Darren Staley said ketchup is the AEW of condiments.
That was low. That's a low blow. You cut me deep.
And by the way, I apologize. I said I was white trash and you were white trash, so we put hot dogs in. Our buddy Coach Keith watching with us on that free said, black people did that too, bro. So I apologize.
Thank you, Coach Keith. Well, that's what white trash is, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it was the same.
Same.
All right, here we go.
Somebody popped on us scraping the jelly off the Spam the other day. made me laugh all over again.
All right. Before we get to our questions, dog, we got our meme of the week out of the way. It's time for our new segment, our third only. This is
the third annual only. It's not annual at all, so it's third
3 months in a row.
monthly episode where we bring on a young and up-and-comer. Well, we couldn't get one this week, so what we did...
Wait, this is one of your boys.
I know he's my boy. That's why I can say that. So he's so young. That's what I was getting at.
Okay.
But he is
still an up-and-comer?
It's still an up-and-comer, but
we go.
But not in all the provinces of the Great White North. This guy's been doing it for 20 years. So I will, without further ado, I will bring in hotshot Danny Duggan. Just like
we didn't get our good logo in.
What logo? Sorry. Before did you hang up on Danny anyway?
I know. Yeah.
Oh. Boy, that's a good logo.
Yeah, they're supposed to not know who's popping in.
Oh, but it's too late now. Now they know.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, hotshot Danny Duggan. Ta-da.
Thank you, boys.
There he is.
There he is. There he is. Danny, how are you?
Good. If you wouldn't have buried me out the gate, the gray hair in my beard might have anyway.
Well, you know what? Me and you both. I went to the barber today, actually, and I said, look, can you? So right now I feel like I'm wearing a sweater of my own gray Brillo pad hair. But so how long you been wrestling, Danny?
I'll be celebrating my 21st year as a professional wrestler next month.
That's why I said he's not an up-and-comer. He's been doing this for a minute or 18,000.
How long have y'all known each other of that?
When did we first?
We first met when you did. You came up here for my organization, Canadian Wrestling's Elite, in January 2010.
The CWE in 2010. So was I sober then?
No, not yet.
Okay.
I think doing 3 tours of Canada made you think about your life a little bit, and you went and got your act together.
So so when we did,
my favorite is he didn't say I didn't know, I'm not sure. He went
no, heck no. You surely were not. But I remember standing. These are some of you go to some of those Inuit Indian reservations, and you're in the north, you know what I mean? And so I remember standing outside to try to smoke a joint and was so cold, I just went back in the hotel. I was like, it's not even worth it because the weed wasn't any good anyway.
You sobered up because you were cold.
I remember you standing outside of one of those hotels one night. I was standing there with you, and a resident of the area came up and asked you, he said, "Hey, are you the road dog?" And you looked at him without blinking an eye. He said, "No, I'm Billy Gunn." I said, "Oh, yes, I remember you." And he carried on his way.
Bless his heart. Oh, what an a-hole. But I wasn't sober yet, I swear.
So we know you're north of the border. Where are you based out of, brother?
Just outside Winnipeg, Manitoba.
Oh, how about that?
So yeah, he's been the first time I went to jail, I think, was in Winnipeg. But we'll talk about that later. So what? How CWE is and believe you me, Cassio. When I talk about CWE, everybody who's anybody has been up through the CWE. It's almost like Memphis of the Great White North. You know what I mean? Like all the names went through there. Who is a who's who of who you've had just lately?
Just lately, we just wrapped up a 10-day tour last week with the Ultimo Dragon, which was his first ever Canadian tour.
Yeah.
We've got one coming up in the new year with Too Cold Scorpio. He's doing a week with us up this way.
Oh, heck yeah, Too Cold.
But literally, like you said, everybody's been up here. Guys from the 80s, whether it's, Demolition, the Honky Tonk Man, Jake the Snake Roberts, guys from the Attitude Era, Road Dogg Billy, Val Venus, Gangrel, and guys when they're on their way up to the top, Brian Danielson, Seth Rollins, Claudio Castagnoli, the Briscoe brothers. Everybody's been through Canada at some point or another. A lot of people still kind of refer to it. It's the last territory of pro wrestling because we're the last group that still gets on the road and goes town to town each night. We're packing in a car, we're packing in hotel rooms, and we're keeping the dream alive, brother.
That was, and you're making towns, man, making them in a convoy sometimes. I think we ran off the road one time. I forget who was driving, maybe Big Vito was but I remember just for real. And what's AJ?
AJ
your guy?
Sanchez.
Yeah, is he still with you?
He's still with us. Yeah.
Yeah. It was his brother there too.
His brother JJ.
Yeah. Is he still around?
JJ is no longer wrestling. No.
Oh, okay. Well, that'd be darn, because I remember it was kind of a family deal. Like it was you and your friends kind of doing that and hauling the ring and doing everything. It was cool. It was a cool little because you did like 10 days. You know what I mean? We went on the road, and so it was one of the last times I remember doing that. And going on the road
since prior to the pandemic, we were up to doing 38 days straight across the country.
Holy mackerel!
And then the world came,
driving at all.
Driving at all. We would start in Winnipeg. We'd drive all the way west to Vancouver, loop all the way back around, and finish in Ottawa. So right before the pandemic, we were supposed to debut in Quebec with our first event in Montreal, and then everything came closing down. So we've been kind of rebuilding.
Is everything up north normalized again, or?
Yeah, we just got opened up to do live events about a year and a half ago. We were way behind the ball. Like it was about a year after you guys opened up that we were finally given the green light to have live events up here. So it was pretty quiet for 2 years. Pretty much killed the business dead, and we've had to kind of build it from scratch.
Yeah, that's hard. But do you have I feel like you would after this many years, but do you have a fan base that follows, you know what I mean, in all those places, or are you trying to carve out a niche again?
We're very lucky that a lot of these markets we've been going to for almost 15 years. So we do have a solid base that's coming to see us, which allows us to kind of build off of and go into new areas and try new towns and keep the thing growing.
Yeah, it's really cool how you have it, and you're just running a wrestling business, and it's really cool to see on the sweat and tears of you guys and the sweat of y'all's brow. You know what I mean? Like, because I literally watched you unload the trailer and take the ring out of the trailer and put it all together, and a lot of the guys were helping you, and I don't know, man, that's just really cool and really organic. And I remember there was a training session going on over in the far corner. The first time I ever met, we'll talk about that off screen. There was the first time I ever met Jimmy Jacobs. No, the first time I ever met Jimmy Jacobs was with you, right?
That's correct.
That's correct. Jimmy Jacobs was in his, I think it was like a Dodge K car or something, you know what I mean? Like but it was all dented in and spray painted. And he was like, "Yeah, we've done a bunch of angles with my car, taking bumps with my car." He was driving it from Detroit or whatever. But what a great guy he is, and how far he's come now too.
Yeah, he's still coming on tour with us. He just did a tour with us in May for 10 days. So he still loves getting up here, and it's a break from the TV world of pro wrestling for him. He gets to get on the road and be a brother.
He gets to be the zombie princess.
Yes, sir.
Oh, that's so cool, man. So what are you, the champion?
I'm not. I haven't wrestled in 7 months myself. I had full ACL reconstruction surgery.
What kind of promoter are you if you're not the champion?
If you're not the champion.
I have been many times. Don't get me wrong.
So Danny,
the only person you can depend on to show up is yourself. So
if I'm running the show,
task sometimes, but
you and AJ would you and AJ would have 6 matches on the show. Y'all are the only ones there.
So let me ask you this: for those of us who are not familiar with CWE, You said you're about to celebrate 21 years in the wrestling business. CWE has been along the whole way. Did you start it? Did you take it from somebody? What's happening? Tell us the history of CWE.
I started CWE 15 years ago. So I
You
was
started,
wrestling-
okay.
Yeah, I was wrestling for about 6. I was very lucky. Like I started wrestling when I was 15 years old, and I was very blessed to get on the road and start traveling this country for other organizations very quickly, and got opportunities to travel down to the States before I was even an adult. So I was getting an opportunity to kind of see the wrestling landscape outside of my home area and realized there was a lot of missing potential of what could be done with pro wrestling. So, kind of put my money where my mouth was and took elements from different territories that I worked in different regions of the US and Canada, and kind of got the ball rolling here because unfortunately, Winnipeg's famous for, producing Chris Jericho, for producing Kenny Omega. But the reality of it for most wrestlers here, we're geographically in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
The closest major U.S. city to us is Minneapolis, and that's 7 hours south. So there's not a lot of opportunity for talent here to be full-time pro wrestlers or get an opportunity to work with talented guys from major companies. So that was a big part of the mission statement when we started this, because there was a lot of talented guys that just weren't getting seen or weren't getting opportunities. So we figured, let's get the ball rolling. Let's provide the dates. Let's provide the work, and let's bring the guys to us. And then hopefully as a result, we'll get our guys booked out, which has luckily been the case for 15 years.
15 years. And before we came on the air, you reminded me of something. Like was I on the first tour individually, or was it me and Billy?
You were on the first tour individually with Big Vito.
Oh, okay. So it was me and Big Vito were there. Was Vito in the dress still?
No, he was doing like this MMA Big Vito at the time.
Yeah.
We just had Vito back for the first time last May, and he's back to being dress Vito. But in 2010, he was shoot Vito.
Shoot Vito. Yeah, I get that. I totally get that. It makes perfect sense. So what's your next deal that you have going on?
We're going into January. Like I mentioned, we got 6 events in 6 days with Too Cold Scorpio.
Yeah.
And then this afternoon, before we got on this podcast, I just hammered out a 12-day tour we're doing in February. So we're going strong into the new year. Like I mentioned, pre-pandemic was very busy for us. We're close to getting back to that. I think in 2023, we produced a little over 100 live events. So it's our goal to try to surpass that and continue to grow across the country going into 2024.
Holy mackerel, man. Are y'all on any live? Are y'all live anywhere? Is that where you were going, Cassio?
I want to watch it. I'm down here in Alabama. Can we consume that somewhere?
At the moment, no, but that is something we're working on, because our model has always been the live touring event model, and that's kind of when been where our focus and been where our resources have been put. But with the growth of it coming out of the pandemic and crowds growing and opportunities coming to us, we're looking at doing that again in the new year. So we should have that up and running shortly.
And I'll tell you what, Danny, you are, for me, in my mind, in my opinion, you are a documentary writer's dream. If you want to see exactly what they just did with Al Snow and with the OVW thing, dude, they could totally go on a 10-day tour and have a friggin' 6 series, you know what I mean? 6 episodes of, it's funny I should say that, you were about to say.
It's funny you should say that. There is a documentary on us, actually. It's on Amazon Prime. It's on Tubi. It's called Canadian Wrestling's Elite. And they followed us around on a 21-day tour across Canada with Jake the Snake Roberts, which is an interesting story all in itself.
Wait, so we can find that where? Amazon and Tubi?
Yes, sir.
So
there we go.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm sorry I didn't know that, and I said that, but it set up the sales pitch. So yeah, Amazon Prime and Tubi, and what was it called again?
It's called Canadian Wrestling's Elite.
So that's exactly
perfect.
What's the name of the joint.
And they really nailed it. They did a really good job. It first aired here on CBC across the country, and due to its success, it got picked up on those other formats. But they did an incredible job of talking about what you just mentioned, just life on the road, especially in the dead of winter. Like we were going town to town in the middle of December and January, where it reached temperatures of -50 at some points.
Yeah. I mean, I remember
every day.
I remember we ended up in a ditch, and I forget who was driving that day. But we ended up in the ditch, and it was like, well, we got to get the car out of the ditch because we got to make the next town. You know what I mean? It was Vito, wasn't it? It was.
Okay. I love he knew that
That's
instantly.
great.
That's me,
I knew that you knew that, and it was too. Now that you say that, I was like, oh, that's perfect.
Yeah, actually, I don't know if you remember, but the first time I encountered a full-size moose on the highway, I was driving with you.
yeah,
I was
yes.
driving the vehicle, and we're in the middle of nowhere, Ontario, and we're driving down the highway, and there's a moose the size of a dinosaur just standing right in the middle of the highway,
Right in the middle of the road,
and it wasn't moving.
I
So
know.
we had to hit the brakes. and we had to
What are
hang
you
tight.
gonna do?
Hey,
Diddy, is that a cow? It was a friggin' moose.
we got a few minutes left, so I want to make sure we get a couple things in. First,
Okay.
as your name suggests, are you related to Hacksaw? Have you interacted with Hacksaw? If not, what's going on with that?
No relation to Hacksaw. It was a name I was given by a promoter when I first started wrestling locally, and it just kind of stuck, and I was off and running. But I have worked with Hacksaw many of times. I probably wrestled him about a dozen across Canada and across the United States. So we're very well acquainted with each other. He was the American Duggan. I was the Canadian Duggan. And
Did y'all have like 5-star matches?
We had the exact same match every time, no matter how many years apart it was.
And in my mind, it was 5 stars.
Yes, sir. It was the
because
hottest match
Duggan's-
tonight. I promise you that.
Yeah. Jim Duggan's just a great human being. He's just a happy dude to be around and just fun. So,
And the incredible thing about pro wrestling was I was wrestling him in Canada, and of course he's going to be the babyface, being Hacksaw Jim Duggan, and that just goes to show the magic of pro wrestling. We're in Eastern Canada in the Maritimes.
Yeah.
There's 500-600 people packed in these arenas chanting USA for Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Oh, I love it because that is wrestling, right?
what do
What
they
about
call
the
them
other
in
day? They
Canada?
started chanting USA the other day, and like Miz and Gunther, and I was like, what in the world? We don't do that anymore, do we? That was crazy.
Hey, what do they call a 2x4 in Canada? Aren't y'all different measurements?
We still refer to it as a 2x4. Yes, sir.
An old
It's
8x7
a
centimeter.
7.25 is 8
Yeah.
foot times 6.
I don't know what gallons or whatever y'all use up north of the border, but
Something different. Everybody, by the way, uses that except us, except
yeah,
America.
exactly. Yeah, we're the outsiders.
Yeah.
Hey, let us know. One, we're going to check out the documentary. Everybody's got to check that out. I'm excited to watch that.
Me too, actually. That's fun.
2, where can they follow you on social media and the organization itself?
You can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Hotshot Danny Duggan. And you can follow the organization Canadian Wrestling's Elite at CWE Canada on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and YouTube.
There we go. Making the most out of 2023 social media, brother.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Well, man,
Yeah.
we're excited you joined us, brother, for this. I know you and Dog go back a long way. We could talk forever, but this is super cool. This is new. Apologies. CWE brand new to me right here, and I'm excited to discover about it right now, which is exactly what this segment's all about.
Why we're doing it.
Yeah,
why
man.
we're doing it. So,
I look
Danny,
forward to
thank
hearing
you.
your response on the documentary.
Yeah. We will put up a response. We'll probably just bury you a lot.
Please do.
But we'll put over the documentary, like the writers and the cinematography. But I'll bury your creative decisions.
That's usually me putting myself over. So
I was like, why is AJ Sanchez winning the title?
that was a conversation we had. I don't know.
I love it. I don't remember that either.
That legitimately happened. You pulled me aside. It was like, I think we were 5-6 days into a tour.
Yeah.
And you told me you're at the beginning because he was the champion at the time. And you said, when I first got here, I did not understand why that man was champion. But after seeing him work for 6 days, I get it now.
I know exactly why he's holding the title.
But on the topic of AJ, I'd like to share a quick story of AJ
Please.
and you, if you recall. We were in a place called Sioux Lookout, Ontario, and you were teaming with Billy against AJ and his brother JJ.
Yeah.
And it was a small house, and every night, if I recall correctly, up until that point, you were taking the heat. Billy was making the tag.
Yeah.
You on this evening talked Billy into taking the heat, you making the hot tag. You make the hot tag, you come in, they're bumping and flying for you. You call it where you hit the famous sir on AJ and tell him to kick out at 1. AJ kicks out at 1, and Billy on the apron, loud as everyone could hear, goes, "What the fuck?"
You can say that. You're allowed to. You're allowed to. Billy said it. It's Billy's fault. Oh my God! You know what's weird is I don't remember that one, and it sounds totally like me. But just mess with Billy.
On the mat, AJ was laughing. Everyone was having a great time.
Well, that's what it's all about, man.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about. And so for that, I thank you, dude, for bringing me up there several times, and I always had fun. You always took good care of me. So kudos to you for running this business successfully for 15 years and getting it back on track after COVID and the world changed. So really kudos to you for that. Again, we are going to go look for the documentary, and we'll look for you on all your social accounts. And thanks for joining us, dude, on the 15 Minutes of Flame. Hot shot Danny Duggan, everybody.
Thanks, brother.
Thank you, Danny.
Thank you for the time, man. Happy New Year, brother.
Yep.
Thanks for
Happy
having
New
me.
Year. Thank you, Danny.
How about that, dude?
Man, what a great guy, and what a smart guy. Like, you can tell he knows the geography and he just knows about it all. He's a smart kid.
Speaks to the quality of his organization that so
he's-
many incredible names have been through there.
and have all of them been through there. And look, he takes care of you. No matter what he tells you he's going to do, that's exactly what he's going to do, and that's exactly what you'll get. And that's how he always treated me, and that's how I always worked with him. So kudos to Hacksaw.
Hacksaw. Don't call me Hacksaw. Hot shot. It's
Canadian Duggan.
Here's one thing I found out about the wrestling community early with the boys and the girls that are actually in the business is you are an outsider until you can get somebody to vouch for you.
Yeah.
And to me, when he starts running off who's coming up, I'm like, well, that man's got everybody vouching for him. And that speaks volumes in the wrestling business.
Yeah, it does. I mean, I know he's had a problem with one person. I won't bring up his name, but that a lot of people had a problem with that person, and so it wasn't anything.
You should have brought that up. Bring him back on.
No. It wasn't a big problem. It was just problems. You know what I mean? Like sometimes somebody gets there and all of a sudden they want this, that, and the other, and you go like, well, that's not what our deal was.
Right.
So it's
By the way, Yambag Jones said y'all gave him 17 and a half minutes. He's counting for the Observer.
Oh.
Yeah. He's an official scorekeeper for the Observer.
Thank you, Yiz Biz Jizz.
All right, brother. We're going to
17-5.
We're going to continue. We're going to get into Ask Dogg Anything.
Okay.
By the way,
what are you going to ask me? I'm sorry, but I'm.
Are you booking shows as we speak?
No, but I'm getting.
Your wife wants you home.
No. This is all good. It's all good what I'm getting. Okay, cool. I'm just getting good. I'm just getting good news. Just good news. It's just all the jarred farts from Blue Meanie came in, so I got a sign for them. It's hazardous to apparently to the cotton crops around here.
The cotton crops.
Yeah.
They are obsessed that you are still in the Nike shirt and I am changed.
Yeah.
I'm They don't know if it's old, new, whatever. They're obsessed with it in the chat.
I've been in this shirt since 1904 when I was with the Ventura edition of the Bullet Club. Sorry. I was never in the Bullet Club. My father's named Bullet, Bob Armstrong.
Maybe you've heard of him.
Maybe you've heard of him.
Hey,
if you haven't, you have now. He's my father.
I sent you all that I sent you all that graphic, and you and Dom, our producer, and y'all gave me nothing on it. And it involved your dad.
You talking about? What graphic?
It involved your dad and Hulk Hogan.
Wait,
and y'all just went, man, thanks, and then moved on.
I don't think I got it.
You for sure got it.
This was just a picture of your pubic hair shaved into a handlebar mustache.
I sent that right before. Maybe that's why you were distracted, but
I was distracted, yeah, so it was before that.
Let me see if I can find it. It was a list of
Oh yes, yes. I just
people
thought you were
who have been lost clean in the middle for Hulk Hogan,
no who have beat Hulk Hogan clean in
or
the middle.
beat Hogan clean.
Yeah, Bob
And
Armstrong was one of them.
I think there's only like 10, 15 maybe,
Yeah.
and your dad was the first one.
Hey,
Oh, here
dude,
we go. Hulk Hogan only lost clean to 14 people in his entire career. First, Bullet Barb Armstrong. How about that, dude?
Yeah. Well,
Andre the Giant, Inoki, Tony Atlas, Ultimate Warrior, Jacques Rougeau,
yeah.
Sting, Luger, Roddy Piper, Goldberg, The Rock, Triple H, Kurt Angle, Brock Lesnar. How about that?
Wow. Yeah, that's pretty cool. It was cool. He came through here learning. You know, it was very much like Sting and Dingo Warrior, Ultimate Warriors coming through from the West Coast through to Texas. They just kind of, these people they're going to hot shot and kind of get up and running. They just run them through these territories and get them going. You know what I mean? And he came in for a hot minute, and worked on top with Dad, and Dad beat him. I think the finish is, you can find that tape of that actually. I think it's from Knoxville, I want to say, but I could be totally wrong about that.
Oh,
but yeah, that footage is out there.
Shout out to Wrestling 24 who put that out on Facebook. I want to give them a shout out because I got that from them.
Yep,
Second of
thank you,
all,
guys.
shout out. Oh,
There
look
it
at
is.
that.
There
Look
it is.
at that. How about this? That was a list of incredible names, by the
Yeah.
way. And Jacques Rougeau. I mean, no offense.
Come on.
No, I don't mean that offensive,
Yeah,
but
yes, you do.
well, look.
Just go ahead and say it.
No, first of all, great career for Jacques Rougeau.
Yeah.
He was not on the level of the other guys I mentioned.
It felt, which one of us is not like
And he
the
beat
other
him
to
in
me.
97 clean in the middle. That's pretty wild for Jacques Rougeau.
Yeah, where was that? In 1997?
Yeah. Yes. That's insane.
That
It
is
wasn't
insane.
like you said, Bob's going to go over in Knoxville early on, get him.
Yeah.
And then Jacques going over in Canada. This is 97, bro.
Yeah, but
This
it
is-
probably brought Hogan in to do something
That's
and
crazy,
work
dude.
with him in Canada.
You
'Cause
have-
what was Hogan doing in 97? We've spent way too much time on this already, but I guarantee you Jacques brought him in to work with him and paid him to
The chat, Mouthpiece Murphy say I'm working stiff on Jacques Rougeau. I'm not. I just read you off a
Murphy.
list of.
There he is again. Him
I
and
just-
Night Train Minnesfield.
I just read a list of literally some of the all-time greats, which is
Yeah.
why Hogan let him put him over. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Yeah.
he ain't letting everybody
I
put
get-
him over.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Hogan always has spoken really well of my father, and I don't know what. I mean, I think my dad was probably treated him well. You know what I mean? Like a lot of guys were, mean, and
Sure.
they're going to make him a millionaire, and this guy's just working. You know what I mean? But
Look at that.
so where is that at?
Look, WCW. Look at that. Oh my gosh! Shout out. We saw a picture on the YouTube. If you're not watching, that's pretty awesome, man.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome, dude. All right, let's get to some questions. Ask Dogg Anything. We'll jump into it. We don't even know what the questions are. Dom, our producer, pulls them all, slings them to us. What do we got, Dom? Sean Berkey. When did you get your first wrestling figure? Do you possess your Road Dogg action figures? If so, do you have a favorite?
So
Well, it ain't this one.
it might be. That might be my favorite one. It's not, but you know what? I don't have a favorite because they're all really super cool. That it's, oh my
Yeah.
God, there's a little doll of me like
Incredible.
it's super cool and still doesn't register. But look, all the recent ones.
Did something just fall? Oh,
this
oh!
This one's pretty cool.
Look at that!
I know there's a glare on it.
When did that one come out?
Oh, sorry. right when I got fired, about 2 years ago. Good timing. Yeah, so all the new ones are really cool because they're so perfect. You know what I mean? They look like you and everything.
So you don't have your older ones?
I don't have a lot of action
You
figures.
don't want them, or just didn't collect them at the time?
I
or
just
what?
don't. I don't have them. Like, and it's not like I'm going to go out looking for them. You know what I mean?
We're all going to send them to you then.
Okay, great. I would love to just bathe in old wrestling figures.
We need to figure out how many you've had total.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
That's a good
And
deal.
then
in
you
itself,
have
yeah.
to take that many shots of watermelon moonshine.
I've never
Watermelon moonshine.
I don't know what you're talking about. It's Dreamsicle.
Dreamsicle moonshine.
Had they said I was fading in the chat, I'm not. I'm rocking and rolling.
Yeah, but you were fading on one of the reeds. I had the one Casio has with a white DX shirt on it. Oh yeah,
Dom.
Eskimo kiss it. He said.
Oh, Dom's got the same figure, but with a white
Dom,
shirt.
yeah, Dom, if you have it on hand and you can Eskimo kiss it on live right now.
Well, look, this is the same
Pop up
size
and
as
do it.
Dom. Oh, we'll take that. Dom's not allowed to appear ever on the show, but if he is, Eskimo kissing a figure.
Oh, he's got another figure. Oh, wait, is it of me?
Wait, Eskimo kiss is your eyelash, isn't it?
No, that's butterfly kiss.
Oh, it is. What's Eskimo kiss? Nose?
Nose. Oh, you didn't nose? Sorry.
How about that?
I mean, Dom, are you going to do it or what? What are you doing?
You got the thing on?
Dom, are you Eskimo kissing me or what?
You know what Eskimo brothers are, Brian James?
Yeah. You know what the Indian trailer hitch is?
I got it.
Dom. All right, here we
Dom!
go. Oh, look. That's one of my
Dom.
favorites, too.
That's a good one.
With
You
the
don't have
shaved
the-
head.
No, I was
Yeah.
about to say no bandana in
That was
one.
2015 run
Yeah.
action figure.
Look at you
Are you
looking
ready?
buff. Too.
Yep.
Oh, wait, what?
Go.
Oh, he
Aw.
closed his eyes. Did you see that?
Wait, it would have been
Wait.
weird if me and him made eye contact that close.
While I do
You know what I mean? Like while he was doing that.
I'm looking at you doing it.
Close your eyes. Do it and close your eyes. Look at that.
Do it faster.
I'm getting embarrassed now.
Look at that.
Okay, you should probably get off here.
Okay.
I mean, get off.
Oh,
of the
he's
screen.
getting off. Oh, he's.
You know, I meant
We
the
know
screen. Wait, you still have like the prettiest little like hated it crown on.
Two
Hated
snaps.
it. Two
Two
stars.
snaps.
That match had
And a
2
third.
stars.
Yeah.
Okay, next question.
In Living Color, underrated television show, by the
For
way.
sure. For sure.
And underrated band. Ben Jones, AFS, a.k.a. Ben Kyoto. Wow, how about that?
Oh wow.
Did you ever get a chance to meet Andre the Giant?
I did not, and I actually I was home one time when he came to my house, but wasn't allowed out of my room. I don't think. But so he spent some time in Georgia, and my dad drove him around a little bit. But it's funny, I was in the barber shop literally today, and the guy said, "You ever meet Andre the Giant?" I was like, "No, that's one guy I never got to meet." But I got to meet Paul White.
He's
and
one of those.
Omos and Shaq.
Those are
and,
big
you know,
dudes.
just other giants.
Hey, he's one of those guys, man, that just. I mean, he just he transcends wrestling. Like
Andre?
even if you're
Yeah.
you're not a fan,
He's
you know
up there
Andre the
with
Giant.
Bigfoot and the Loch Ness Monster.
Yeah,
and
man.
Andre the Giant.
just an incredible
I'm with you.
sight
It's
to
almost
see,
like,
brother.
and it's weird because the other guys I just mentioned are all legitimate giants too.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? But for some
we've
reason,
become jaded.
Andre was the first giant ever. I think that's not true, but like that's because you see the old time
First one I know of,
Robert
yeah.
Robert Wardlow or whatever that guy's name, who was so 9 feet tall or whatever. So you know there's people like that, but for some reason Andre's the one for me. For me anyway.
Dog.
What?
I got a question. I got a question, dog.
What is it?
Okay. Give me your top 3 things that suck.
Well, insurance
Oh, buddy. Health
Insurance
is number 1.
and insurance.
Yep. Health
It is-
insurance.
It's too expensive.
sucks.
Yes. It's too expensive.
Yep.
It's frustrating, and it makes me angry. So I don't like it.
You're confusing the old man, people. That's what health insurance does.
That's
Stop
what it does.
sending money to big insurance companies that profit off of not paying your bills. 48 million claims on Obamacare last year were denied. That's 1/5 of the claims that are going to get rejected. Don't take that chance. Check out our friends over at Crowd Health. That's the better way, dog. The new alternative.
I'm talking about community, and that's what this does, is really form a community where you help each other out when each other needs it, and only when. And so I think it's definitely a better option when you think about you're helping your friends out, you're helping the people in your community out, rather than I'm paying a really high premium and never seeing anything for it. So it is an alternative, and I think it's an alternative that people are going to be choosing.
Crowd Health was created to get rid of the headaches of health insurance. For $175 for an individual or $575 for a family of 4 or more, you get access to a community, like Dog said, of people who are willing to help out in the event of emergency. You'll also get telemedicine visits, discounted prescriptions, and more. All this without doctors' networks getting in the way. There's nothing worse.
Yeah. I'm sorry, your doctor isn't in our network.
What?
So now I got to go to a guy. Anyway, I'm not going to get into what I got to show him, but like I'm just down to showing one guy. You know what I mean? I want to show my guy.
Been showing him to my guy for years, and he was fine. And now you're telling me he's not in your network. Okay.
Right.
Well, let Crowd Health help you with your health care needs. You can get started today for just $99 a month for your first 3 months when you use the code WRESTLE to get the health care you deserve. Crowd Health is not insurance. Learn more at joincrowdhealth.com. That's joincrowdhealth.com. Use code WRESTLE to get started today for just $99 a month for the first 3 months. And we thank Crowd Health for supporting Oh You Didn't Know.
Oh, you didn't know?
First dog I had for 17 years was Andre. Yeah, man. I mean,
are you going to cry now?
Yeah, probably so.
I might too.
Maybe some more moonshine, woman.
The cup's just gonna fly and hit you there.
Oh yeah, something's gonna fly in here.
It's gonna fly in and hit you in your Road Dog action figure.
All right, let's keep it going. What's our next question?
I don't know.
Oh, Dave in the HSV.
Yep.
If you were getting into a real fight with a group of 7th graders on PCP and bath salts,
yep, I'm with you.
What other 3 Attitude Era's stars would you choose as your partners, and why is one of them Ron Simmons?
Well, one is Ron Simmons, and just because. That's why. And I would probably have Shamrock and probably Billy, because I think Billy is going to have my back, and I'm going to have his, and that matters. So is that 3?
Yeah. Have you ever fought somebody that was on PCP?
No, but I have. Anyway, no. No, I haven't.
Have you tasted PCP?
Yes.
I don't know if you
tasted
or drank it.
I'm not sure
whatever.
how you take it, but
right. But you've
what is
whatever
PCP? I don't know what it is even. It's not acid, right?
I know what OPP is. Other
yeah, because I'm down with that for sure.
Yeah.
But I don't know what PCP is.
It sounds horrible.
Yeah, it does. It sounds like you could make a fence out of it. You know what I mean? I don't know, like some type of border.
It's a dissociative anesthetic. It has mind-altering effects, hallucinations, and distorted perceptions of sounds and violent behavior. Doesn't sound fun to me.
No, but I would like for Shamrock to be on some when we fight those 7th graders.
What about bath salts?
I want him taking a bite out of people. You know what I mean? Like arm bar, finger. So yeah, I want him to go haywire.
Have you ever tasted or encountered someone on bath salts?
I have not. I don't know
Yeah.
what that. I've
That-
seen a guy like eat another dude's face off
I was
on
about
a
to say,
bridge
that's
in
all
Miami.
I know about it. That's
That's
all I know about it.
That's all I know about it too. And it may not even have been Miami, but like I
All
saw a
it's
dude
Florida for sure. I know that
bite,
story.
bite another dude's face off or something. Yuck. Primary
Well,
care physician is PCP.
Okay.
Yep.
I love. We used to go to spring break to PCP.
You love PCP.
And spring break PCP every year. Right there
I
on
think
the
you
Panhandle.
mean Panama City Beach.
Yeah.
PCB.
Oh, PCB. Okay, yeah. I forgot about that.
PCB.
What's our other question?
Favorite
Richie
Richard
Ray.
Pryor movie. You know what?
Oh, wow.
Stir Crazy.
Oh, that's a great one, by the way.
Yeah, because
Underrated.
I love him and
Gene Wilder.
Gene Wilder. Yeah,
Gene Wilder's
together.
a
Like they're
comedic
just
genius.
yeah, they I think they were both great. Yeah, but Richard Pryor's a genius. You know what I mean? Like he totally was. And
See
then
No Evil, Hear No Evil was
Caught on
incredible.
Fire. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah,
So
that one
good.
too.
That was
That
Gene
one too.
Wilder.
Yeah, they had a great chemistry together.
Bustin' Loose. He was.
Oh yeah. Dang. What was the one? Brewster's Millions. was
Brewster's
stinking
Millions,
Great.
that's great.
But what was the one? He was a bus driver on something, and I think he was driving kids around or something. And I don't know what the movie. I can't remember the movie. It was
What
not.
was it?
It wasn't Trading Places. That
Silver
was, I
Streak?
think Trading Places with Eddie Murphy.
Blue Collar. Grease Lightning.
Blue
No, he was
Collar.
Wendell Scott in Grease Lightning.
Wait,
What was it?
It was probably Blue Collar. I don't know.
He was a balloon vendor in the Muppet movie. All right, here we go.
That wasn't my favorite Richard Pryor movie.
Hey, him and Gene Wilder was amazing.
Busted Loose. That's
That
it.
was.
He's
oh,
right.
He drew a bus. We should have
Yeah.
known that. Thank you, Coach Keith.
Yep.
Speed. No, it was not Speed.
No, I think he's still talking about PCP.
Oh,
I'm not sure.
okay. Good deal. Dog, I've got a question to ask you personally. Are you tired of spam calls and people trying to get you to watch ads or maybe a telemarketer blowing you up?
Yeah, I'm tired of that. It makes me want to reach through the phone, put them.
What?
Anyway, go ahead.
What if I said they had to pay to get to you now? Would that be something you're interested in?
Yeah, very interesting.
Yeah. Well,
So-
then you need to know about our new friends over at Vida. We've been telling you
Vida.
about it now for a few weeks.
VIDA.
That's it. They've created a new form of advertising that eliminates spam and allows everyone to get paid for their time and attention. You simply go to Vida.io to download the Vida app, and then you
For
select
free.
for free.
Yeah.
You select a free second phone number for free. You
For
no longer
free.
have to worry about giving away your personal number. So, when a telemarketer calls your Vida number, they'll need to pay to get a message to you, dog.
Suckers. Vida outsmarted you all. I'm just kidding.
Brands
they
are
did.
finally realizing the value of rewarding their customers for their time and attention. And plus, one of our main sponsors here on Oh You Didn't Know, Crowd Health,
Yep.
which we've told you about many times, they are using the Vida app themselves. It's
Yep.
not only a fun way to support the show, but you can also earn some money in the process. So try it out today. Download the app, Vida.io, Vida.io, or you can call right now, 509-WRESTLE, and follow the link they give you. That's 509-973-7853, or as Dog calls it, 509,
Wrestle.
and you will help support the show. And if you
Yeah.
call right now, you're going to earn your first $1 just for downloading the app. How about that?
I'll be darned. You're literally putting your own self and your own phone behind a paywall.
Putting
That's
worth
what
on
it says.
yourself.
Yeah.
Putting worth.
paywall, install, and earn with
Download
Vida.
now or give them a call today. And we thank Vida for supporting Oh You Didn't Know.
Thank you.
What's our next question? Oh, Mad Dad 316. What's the weirdest self-grooming or pre-match ritual you witnessed in the locker room? Jarrett talks about using the walls of arenas to oil up his back. Also, any strange oiling stories? Thanks for always helping Mad Dad be not so mad. I would tumble for either one of you.
Oh,
Well, thank you, Mad Dad.
So yeah, I just used Brian Christopher did the same thing. I think it was just a Memphis thing. Squirt oil all over that wall and then just rub because you can't get oil on your back. You can't do that. You know what I mean? So rather than go, hey, would you put this oil on my back? which is awkward. They just squirt it on the wall and do it. Yeah, I have a couple of oil stories involving Brian Christopher and Bradshaw, actually. The oil went on his back, but it was a bit more of his backside. Maybe.
Did they rub it in?
It went in. I'll tell you that much. So Trading Places, it wasn't my favorite one.
Don't skip back. Let's stay on.
Wait, updating the computer. Go.
Anybody else without oil have any pre-match, pre-grooming rituals? Anything?
Well,
weird?
you know, you'd always see the guys who did color their hair stuff walking around with like tinfoil and stuff on there. So you'd see like a big tough guy, Rikishi, come walking down with tinfoil on his head and a thing around his neck, like he's been at the beauty shop.
Oh,
you know?
yeah,
and so you see a lot of guys. Look, a lot of people used to do that. You know what I mean? You still to this day see guys with hair color on them and stuff. And so it's all funny pre-match rituals, really. You know what I mean? We're all a bunch of divas.
I'm not sure if you've heard our buddy Conrad. You know, I'm Conrad, but have you or somebody called me 3 beer Conrad the other day. I don't know if you've heard him with Mr. Bruce Pritchard or Tony Schiavone, but have you ever heard the pre-match ritual with Ric Flair and a coat hanger?
I have not. I have not. And I don't think I want to hear it. I feel like...
I can't... Do you not want to go into it, or you really don't know?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Wow. It's a...
Everybody knows it but me.
Well, I don't know if it's true or not. It's just a story that was told. It's a big time story. It was basically they fashioned a coat hanger where sometimes you got to release tension before a match.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're a little excited for the match.
Yeah.
And you need, it's you and your friends.
A coat hanger?
It's you and your friends in the locker room, so you don't want to get your friend involved really skin on skin. So you get a coat hanger to come in and.
I don't have any idea what's going on right now. To be quite honest, I have no idea why your wrist is so itchy. It must be carpal tunnel.
This is so good. This is so good.
Okay.
All right, next question.
I really want to hear that story later.
Yeah. Yep. Way later, when nobody's around. Next question.
Listening.
You unexpectedly run into Billy at the airport. What's the play? Slap him on the back, holler something, avoid him. Danielle Marroquette wants to know, dog.
No, it's actually Marroquet. I just came back from
nicely done.
Europe, so I know how to say stuff.
Nicely done.
Like
Marroquette.
like Beignet.
Croissant.
No, I definitely do not avoid him. That's first and foremost.
You see him, do you yell?
Probably.
Or do you quietly go up to him?
No, I'd probably yell something to embarrass him.
Are
and
you Billy
anger him.
Gunn? Like
But
something
then,
like that?
then no, I'd probably say, "Are you Lex Luger?" Something to make him mad, like, you know what I mean. And then I would run and hug him real hard. We'd probably hug real hard, and people would.
Oh, what if he's with Chuck Palumbo, says Greg Jacobson.
Well,
Oh,
Greg
gosh.
Jacobson, you.
Somebody's catching a clothesline. Huh?
Then I avoid him.
Lariat.
Then I go from across the hall. I hope he goes down on you in the theater.
You hit him with some Alanis?
With some Morissette.
Yeah, nicely done. All right, what do we got next, Dom? In the movie Head of State, some TNA wrestlers make an appearance. Ron Killings, Double J, a bald guy, and you.
Oh,
Who's the bald wrestler, and do you have any stories from that day?
it was probably me, or my brother Scott was in there too. Yeah, we had some stories. They did beat the crap out of the stunt double, but we got to spend a few minutes in the ring with Chris Rock and kind of just hanging out and talking. And so that was a cool moment. Then the other moments were when the royalties came in, because I had a speaking part. And so royalties come in, and my brother would get like $4.11, and I would get like $6.11. And I would call him and say, did your check come today? What'd you make? And then I would,
Really?
Yeah, then I would browbeat him because I made more. All right,
Jeremy
here we go.
Borash
What's
made an
next?
appearance, didn't he?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, maybe that was who?
No, your brother was in there.
Yeah. Who was the bald guy?
Was that Scott?
It might have been Ron or Don Harris. It might have been, I don't know.
Really?
I don't know now. I'd have to see who was in there again.
I'm trying to scroll through the cast there, and I don't see anybody I recognize. It just says, how about it doesn't even say you? It's just got Scott Armstrong and Jeremy Borash. How do you feel about that?
I feel great about it.
I see Nate Dogg. I don't see Road Dogg, but I see Nate Dogg.
Nate Dogg's in it.
Yeah. How about that?
Well,
What's our next question?
where was Nate Dogg from? Oh,
Wait, what's going on here?
what is happening here? Thoughts
wait.
on R-Truth return?
We got a lot going on. Hang on. Okay, there's a question and there's a lot going on here. For those who are not watching, let me do this first. Question from Fantasy Booker Podcast at WWE Master 2018. Thoughts on R-Truth's return to Survivor Series and then on Raw Monday, and now back with them. Dog, first, your thoughts on that.
I didn't hear a word you said. No, but Truth's return.
back.
Yeah, Truth's return. Like, look, I don't care if he's 111 years old, which he will turn that
I think
next
he is.
year.
Yeah,
next year he turns 111. And so he's great. He's great. I love him. So you could look. I remember a time where we put him in the main event against The Miz on SmackDown, a show I was writing at the time, and we got into that match because he said he called somebody else Maurice. And then Maurice came in and said something to him, yelled at him, and he said, well, that other Maurice said so and so. And Mike Miz got mad at him, and that was a backstage early on. And then later in the match was the main event, and it did a good rating. You know what I mean? Like, he's not even on TV, and he just comes in and does this thing. And people want to see him. People want him
Yes.
to, I mean, he's got the Midas touch.
And now let's break down. They shared a picture.
Oh, yeah. Fantasy
React
Booker
to this
podcast.
face swap of you and Jerry Blackwell. I created. Now you said I look like Jerry Blackwell.
Yeah.
So he's now merged our face. The one on the left is Jerry's face on my head. That's an interesting look, right
Yeah,
there.
it is. The one on the bottom left,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
And then on the bottom right, I don't know who that's supposed to be. It looks like a fat Buddy Murphy, maybe. Hey,
I think it's David Copperfield.
I don't know who that is. on the
We'll
bottom
come back
right.
to that. Next question.
Bottom left looks just like me and Blackwell.
Yeah,
combined,
that
for
did.
sure.
It was Mad Dog Vachon. It was a
Right.
young Mad Dog Vachon in the age of
The
Aquarius.
rest of it is nightmare sauce.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Darren Saley said it looked like Jelly Roll gave birth to Shooter Jennings.
That's accurate. That's
Somebody called it
accurate.
Fat Terry Funk. Okay. I like it, Yambag.
Did you put Christmas on a credit card? Don't stress out about that extra holiday spending. SaveWithConrad.com can help you consolidate all of your high interest rate credit cards into one much lower monthly payment. SaveWithConrad.com has helped families just like yours save up to $800 a month. You don't need perfect credit or money out of your pocket. And did I mention no payments until March? So don't make saving money a resolution next year. Make it happen today at SaveWithConrad.com.
All right, what's our next one? Hippie Breeze said, appreciate you guys keeping me in stitches on Thursday, so thank you. Well, thank you, Hippie. Any chance we can get a watch along of Dog doing commentary for Al Snow and Boss Man? It will leave you in tears if you haven't seen it. Thanks, guys.
I appreciate you bringing that up. First of all, thanks for tuning in and taking this crazy ride with us. But also, I'm with you. You should tune in and see that. It was good. The the roving road dog, or the roaming road. I forget what I called myself, but anyway, it was interesting.
Fun night.
Yeah, very fun night. I just followed them around, like even to a bar across the street as they beat each other up. I was running with them and doing commentary. Very fun segment. Fun to watch.
All right, we got a handful more. Let's keep it rolling,
A
Dog.
handful.
Parts Unknown tweets us
Cool.
at Brian R.D. James, at the Casio Kid, at You Didn't Know Pod. Had your family not been in wrestling, which career pathways might you have traveled after exiting the military?
Truth be told, I probably wouldn't have exited the military.
Kept it as a
I
career?
would have probably stayed in, and it was. I liked it. It was. It fit. Like I was decent at it. I feel like I was raised kind of by a drill instructor, so it was kind of not a culture shock for me to when a guy got in my face and yelled at me. You know what I mean? Like it was like, okay, that's a lot scarier. Dudes have done that to me before. But yeah, I'd have probably stayed in the military.
How many of your family were in the military?
Just my father.
Really?
Just my father was in the
No other
Marine Corps.
brothers?
Nope. None of them had the balls. I'm sorry.
What about
I didn't mean that.
what about anybody before your father?
Because my brother Steve actually told me, I wish I could go to war with you when I was going. He said when I was leaving to go over there,
Sure.
he was like, I wish I could go with you. And I was like, he would have done it too. You know what I mean? Like, and I would have loved to have him in a fighting hole with me.
What's funny, my dad at the time, my dad's age, you couldn't take the youngest. You know, you had to keep the youngest son, and he was the youngest. And so all his brothers went, and he was like, at first I was like, awesome. Y'all
Yeah.
have fun with that.
Yeah.
And then he was like, when they started getting shipped overseas, he
Yeah.
was like, all I want to do is be over there right now next to him.
Right next to you.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I
And
can't imagine
that
what
makes
that's like.
It makes perfect sense. But when he said that to me way back then, I knew he meant it. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
So was your grandfather anything in the military?
Nope.
Wow, so your dad
It
was
just
basically
dad
the
in the
first.
Marines, and I thought like, oh well, that's cool. I should do that. And then when I joined, I was like, oh God, why did I do this? That first night in boot camp, bro, you are seriously questioning some decisions.
Here's what we do promise. 2024 coming up, as this is the last show of the season.
Yep.
Next year we will have a military-only episode about your military careers. So everybody, I hope
We
you
need
guys
to do that.
check that out. Let's keep it going. What's our next question, Cutter Nonstop tweeted us, what's your favorite South Park episode? Did you see the one where they pretended to be wrestlers? And can we get a funny Vince story while you were a writer for SmackDown? All right, first, are you a South Park fan, dog?
I was a huge fan at the time. I haven't watched in a while, but like I did in a hotel room when I was staying over. It was on, and I watched a couple episodes. Yes, I did. This was recently. Yes, I did see the one where they were wrestlers. I thought that was great. Yeah, I was a huge fan, and I love those shirts. I actually have a shirt now that we talked about, and I told you, and I found it. It says the eyes are bloodshot, and on the back it says place title here or place belt here or something. And but yeah, I don't know. I love that. The funny Vince stories is the fact that he's never eaten a corn dog. Like, that was a funny story to me. He was like, "What? You're gonna eat a corn dog?" And I was like, "Yeah." And then I told him afterwards, I went to the fair and I ate a corn dog and I thought of you. And then when I said that, I thought, like, that came out wrong, I think. But it was true. I thought of him because I thought, oh my God, he's never had this.
All right, here's what
This
we need.
delicacy.
We might need in 2024 a new segment
Okay.
where listeners send in a food and we ask you if you think Vince has ate it before.
I think that sounds fun.
Because if he's never eaten a corn dog,
Yeah.
he's never had fish sticks, has he?
Oh, hell no. You know what, though? He came from like a trailer park.
I don't know. I don't know if he's ever had fish sticks.
He ain't had a fish stick ever. But I tell you what, I have dipped in ketchup, bro. Fish sticks galore.
Why are you doing this?
Just to piss you off.
You trying to break us up at the end of the year? Fish sticks and tartar sauce is it, dude.
Oh, I'll do that now. I'll tell you what, I just had somebody had a really good tartar sauce I just recently had, and I forget where it was.
I met this captain, and we got one in Huntsville. He's got his own seafood place. It's a little local deal. It's called Captain D's, and they got incredible. He's an incredible fisherman, man. You should see how much fish he catches every day. But
It's market price.
it is market price.
Oh,
Hey.
good God.
You are not a fat ass unless you've ordered a box of just the cracklings.
Oh, yeah.
Just the batter. You're like, man, that fish
Just
is good.
fried batter.
But if you'll send me some extra leftover fried batter, I'd like to pound that in the car.
Hey, all that and the waffle droppings off Waffle House.
Wait,
You ever see the waffle, the edge,
it's-
they pour it and some of it falls too much, and there's just like a pile of messed up waffle?
Can you order that?
I don't think so, but if I worked there, I would save it for
Well, you
later.
can legit order the cracklings. You know that?
No, I did not know that. You
Go
can
through
just
the-
order that?
Go through the drive-through at Captain D's and say, I want the cracklings. They'll give you a damn box of just the batter.
Oh, that don't sound
Hey,
good for you.
It's
I'll
not.
be honest. But what if
Hey,
I put ketchup on
It's
it?
so, it's so good, dog.
I got to try it.
Yeah,
The
it's so good.
the fish batter's delicious. So
That's it. That's all it is.
Yeah.
It's leftover fish batter. What are we doing?
What are we doing here? I could be eating that right now. That guy fishes down here too.
Oh, got it cleared. All right. I got fishes down here. Dog, here's who else has changed the game. Our friends over at Fanatics, and we are excited to announce a new affiliate partnership with our friends Fanatics,
Fanatics?
and the WWE shop. Dog, you know firsthand
I know
how
firsthand.
awesome all the stuff at the WWE shop is.
And so cool to see the growth of the industry sold into the company TKO. The merchandise now is done through Fanatics. Like, the growth of the company it's invigorating for me to see, and it's exciting for the future. But Fanatics think about the work they do. Everything is top notch and top of the line merchandise. So yeah, couldn't be more excited to not only have them on board with us now here at You Didn't Know, but also on board the business train with the WWE. So Fanatics.
An easy way to support your favorite podcast. You can just head over to any of our social media handles and you'll see dedicated links for you to use when you're buying officially licensed sports or WWE merch.
Yep.
They want to know that you are an You Didn't Know fan.
Yeah. So
And
let
a
them know, dog.
WWE fan. So let them know you are by clicking those links. And if you're watching us on YouTube, you can hit the QR code that is up on the screen now, or check out the description below for that link. Shop official WWE gear and apparel, and be sure to use our special link to support You Didn't Know.
And if you ain't down, I got 3 words for you. Fanatic.
Kisses.com.
What was it?
Fanatic.
I heard you trailing off. Are you calling from a walkie-talkie?
Dog, let's get
Yes.
into something.
Happy
you
to
are
have
very...
fanatics with us.
Yes. What's our next question? Oh, Micmac said, would you rather 1,000 lashes or tickled with a feather? And we clarified, he said, for 1 hour, dog.
Okay, so, well, 1,000 lashes to me sounds like somebody's whipping me in my back.
That's a
with
lot of
something.
LaRue's.
That's a lot of LaRue's, ain't it? You are fading.
I popped myself.
I know, and that
It's
popped me.
It's
That
their
popped me.
family reunion. Welcome to the gathering of 1,000 lashes.
It sounds painful. I'm not picking that one.
Hey,
Tickle my ass with a feather.
for an hour? I've
Well, it's
paid
particularly
for
nice
less.
weather.
I've paid for less.
Yeah. For an hour?
Yeah.
Tickle me with a feather. Like, I don't understand that.
Are you ticklish right
I'm
now?
sorry. I am ticklish as all get out.
Where? Ribs, underarms,
Yeah,
feet.
yeah, underarms, feet.
Underarms? Okay. And feet?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, when that's what Darren Staley asked the same question.
Yeah.
Where is this feather tickling
Yeah.
at? So
If
I
it's
don't know.
underarms for an hour, are you going loco?
If I'm tied up like
Yeah,
that, and
yeah.
yeah, probably.
That's what I imagined you.
But I still don't want to get lashed 1,000 times.
Yeah, I'm taking tickling. I mean,
I'm going.
tickling's frustrating. I get it.
Yeah. But
Boy,
lashes.
1,000 lashes, man. I deal with 1 lash every month, and it's a lot. If Cassio does the tickling, can we get a bonus episode? That's Alex Sweden.
Yes, you
Oh,
may.
yeah.
Yes, you can.
Boy, if this
Tickle me for an hour.
this is our OnlyFans right here.
This is
All
it.
right. Well, how many more we got? Dom, do we have any more? I don't
Do
even
we
know
have
where
any
we're at.
more of Meanie's farts in a jar? Do we
No, he's
still
not
have
here
some of
with us.
those in storage?
Oh, we got 2 questions left. Here we go.
Go.
What do we got? Josh Beckham, what was the time gap from your military service to when you got into the wrestling business? Semper Fi, thank you.
Hoorah! Hoorah, Jarhead. Was over the gap. So there really wasn't a gap, but before I started a career or before I got like my first job on my own, probably a year, I guess, from when I got out, because I was doing jobs for WCW right when I got out, and I was getting paid by the gig. You know what I mean? I didn't have contract or anything like that. So I did that for a while and worked on the indies too, because we were taping TVs on like Tuesdays and stuff. So on the weekends I could go work indies. It wouldn't pay anything, but it would get me experience. So probably a year, I'd say. But like I said, I was working all through that time.
We talked about it in a previous episode a couple weeks ago. Your first match, well, I can't remember when it was now, but anyway,
Yeah,
your first
it was-
match, Terry Taylor, you were still in the military.
Yeah, I was
right?
still in the military station in Washington, D.C., and drove down to Richmond Coliseum to see my brother Steve. And Tracy Smothers didn't show up, and they were in 2 singles matches. And so they said, hey, Kevin Sullivan, I think, was the booker. That may have been where the Kevin Sullivan story came from. He said, he's an Armstrong, he can work. And so I just put my brother's gear on and had a match with Terry Taylor. And Terry was great. Still to this day, Terry's great to me. A great human being whom I love.
All right, we got, I think, one more. What do we got, Dom? Dan Shaw Jr. said, my question was, as a fellow recovering addict, if you could go back to the Attitude Era in a different frame of mind, would you do or change anything? Boy, what an interesting question from only your point of view here.
Yeah, it is. It is a deep question too. So yeah, I say there's no regrets, but like, look, I've grown in the industry, sober now, for 13 years. You know what I mean? So. I've learned so much in those 13 years that I didn't know then. I don't know that I would change anything because I kind of had to go through all that to get to where I'm at now and learn the things I learned, both good and bad. I had to go through all that. So I don't think I would change anything. I just wish I'd have paid attention more to what was going on and the fact that I could have had a career that lasted more than 2 years as a cool run. You know what I mean? Like if I would have played my cards right and just paid attention. Because I dang sure didn't, man. It sounds horrible. It sounds braggadocious, but I phoned it in on drugs, and I guess I wish I would have seen how good I was without them. But I was without them in 2015 for that run, and I know I was over the hill by then, but it was fun, and I felt like I was better at what I was doing because I felt like I was smarter at it.
It's an interesting kind of scale there. Like you said, you're where you're at today because of who you are.
And what I've been through.
But
if I hadn't have gone through all that,
Yeah.
would I be who I am now? And
Right.
and that goes farther than the wrestler or the wrestling
that's
mind or the
human.
whatever. That's the human. Yeah. Am I better off for having been through all that? And the answer is hell yeah. So it's just hard.
That's a great line from Van Halen song. A human being
Yeah.
is a thing.
Yeah.
It's its whole thing, and how we got to where we are is how we got to where we are, and we might not have got there if it would have changed anything. So,
Yep.
very interesting question, man. Well,
Yep. Deep.
everybody, we appreciate y'all watching over at Ad Free Shows. If you are on Ad Free Shows, hang in there. We're going to do a run over episode and just get ad-free show questions just for you. If you're not a part of the Ad Free Shows family, why not? For just $9 a month, you can join and get live shows like this. You can also get just absolute thousands of hours of bonus content. I hear it all the time from our friends over at Ad Free Shows. I'm sure they can agree in the chat. When they join Ad Free Shows, they go, okay, here's what I'm doing. I'm paying this. And they get in there and they go, well, I don't have time enough to keep up with the new stuff, much less everything I've already missed.
Yeah.
So if you're into wrestling podcast, this is the mecca right here at Ad Free Shows.
Amen. Amen. And wait, you talked about all the hours of brand new creative content, and it's spit from the mouths of who's who in professional wrestling for the past 30 years, I'd say, when you run down the talent roster. So yeah, you get your money's worth and then some over there at Ads Free.
I'll say this as cryptic and coding as I can and vague. I'm very close to the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Conrad Thompson.
Yep.
I was just with him at lunch the other day, and he took a phone call from somebody who's going to be joining the Ad Free Shows family, and it is, boy, y'all stay tuned because 2024, somebody's about to join the family. There's a few people, but I can't wait for y'all to hear this name and the stories this person has is going to be fun to watch play out. So go to adfreeshows.com and join us here. It's a family. This chat over here has been great the whole time watching us. We're about to get to their questions exclusively. So go to adfreeshows.com and join us over there. If you want to advertise with us, go to advertisewithdogg.com. That's advertise with DOGG.com. We would love to talk about your product, your event, whatever you want. Go to advertisewithdogg.com, and we would love. Look, we're suckers. We'll shill anything.
Yeah.
We'll shill
and I can
anything.
sell a ketchup popsicle to a woman in white gloves.
Go to Bag of Johnson's for our YouTube exclusive stuff.
Yep.
You can watch our handsome faces all the time. Plus,
That's
YouTube exclusive episodes where we're only on YouTube.
Yep. We like to do those.
Look at that. With our new
at that.
YTX logo and merch is available at boxofgimmicks.com.
That hoodie and that beanie I got to have.
All right, we're going to end this, dog. We're going to end on this. We like to spread positivity on this show. This is the last show of the year when you are hearing this on our wherever you hear this podcast. It's the last show of 2023. We're about to hit the new year, dog. So here's what I want to give. kind of a big year ender for the Thankful Minute. We want to put 60 seconds on the clock, and you just tell us what you are thankful for in your life. Very important one here as we wrap up the year.
Oh God, I'm so scared. So look, I'm thankful for relationships. I'm thankful for the people that I believe God has put in my life along the way. We talk a lot about my addiction and my alcoholism and stuff like that. I'm thankful that the people God put in my life has helped me, whether it be financially and sending me to rehabs, or and it may sound corny or me kissing butt, but the truth of it is I'm thankful for Hunter. Hunter was put in my life a long time ago, very early in both of our careers, and he's been there for me and for my family around every turn. So his is a relationship I cherish. The relationships with you two guys and the family at Ad Free, like I'm thankful for the people God put in my life.
Well, we thank you, brother, man, for sharing your time with us, being open and honest with us.
And Dom said the new podcaster was Chuck Palumbo. Is that true?
It's not. I can't confirm or deny, but I will deny that it's Chuck Palumbo.
Dom plays with my heart.
He does. I wish we could go back and edit him out of that Thankful Minute.
Wait, he does that.
Hey,
he does the editing.
Yeah. Boy, if he could fall on the sword and edit himself out, that would be that'd be a weird moment for his career.
It would be cool.
Hey, also, Dog, I want to chime in, man. This is I didn't join at the beginning of the year, but this is the end of our first calendar year together, brother. And I'm thankful I'm a part of this ride with you, man.
Oh,
it is a hell of a ride, and we have fun every single time we sit down. So I appreciate you. Appreciate you, Dom. Thank you. And yes, thank all of our listeners, wherever you consume it, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, any of the other podcast apps, YouTube, ad-free shows, wherever that may be, we thank you. And we look forward to growing and getting bigger and better than ever here in the 2024 calendar year.
And we need you guys to do that. So yes, thanks for joining. Tell a friend, telegram, tell a wrestler. But most importantly, this new year, let's try to be better
as humans being
than we were last year, and better to each other, and for me, better to the ones I love the most. For some reason they get the short end of the stick too often. But I'm thankful for you guys listening too. And I don't know if we have anything to show.
Hang on.
Okay.
Hang on.
Good.
I was going to say this.
Thank you.
If you're watching on YouTube or wherever you might have comments at, in the comment below, let us know a topic you'd like us to cover next year. Let us know a guest you'd like to have us on.
Yeah.
Let us know what you want to hear from us next year when we start putting this calendar together. If you want to see something specific, a specific topic, calendar, person, event, whatever it may be, let us know. We'll try to cover that next year. It's always good hearing the feedback from you guys and gals wherever you're consuming this. All right. Like Dog said, if you didn't enjoy this episode, if you didn't enjoy this year, whatever the case may be, he's got 2 words for you.
Suck it.